We're here with the European Union Ambassador to the United States, João Vale de Almeida, to discuss the EU's response to the Arab Spring. But Ambassador, before we turn to the Arab Spring, we just had EU High Representative Ashton in town to attend the Middle East Quartet meeting. Can you tell us a little bit about where that process is standing right now?
Well, Cathy Ashton was very keen in having a quartet meeting again after a few months of interruption of these meetings, and she was very happy that Secretary Clinton was inviting all the members here to Washington. We believe it was an important meeting, and we believe it's crucial that the quartet, this group of actors in the Middle East peace process, remain committed to it. The UN, the United States, Russia and the European Union are major partners in this process. At the end of the day, it will be up to the parties to decide when and how peace will happen. But it's very important that they feel supported by these important partners. So the quartet goes on working. It's an ongoing process. We have a number of important events coming down the road. Cathy was happy to have a possibility to discuss again, to close, to get the close views of other partners and to continue to work together to support the peace process.
And as we work towards peace between the Israelis and the Palestinians, of course, we have this against the backdrop of what has happened, as we call the Arab Spring. We are now at the height of summer here in Washington, D.C. Can you tell me a little bit about where you see that process of democracy evolving in the region and the EU's help and response to what is happening there?
I actually like the expression Arab Spring because it gives you hope, it gives you the prospect of better weather to come. Well, I think the Arab Spring, or behind the words Arab Spring, lies an extremely important process of democratization of a number of countries in the region. We support this process, and we supported it from day one. Political support, but also financial assistance. And we are ready to continue to do so. We are revamping our policy towards the region, putting more money, putting more new instruments, making it more focused on the central issue of democracy, but also on the relevant dimension of economic development. You cannot have a sustainable democracy, you cannot have stability, security in this region if you don't guarantee that these populations have access to higher degrees of quality of life, higher degrees of prosperity. And the Union is fully committed to that.
Well, we had Catherine Ashton in town for the Middle East talks. She also gave a speech at the Brookings Institution. And she talked about this notion of the need for developing deep democracy. What does that mean?
By deep democracy, Baroness Ashton means a democracy that goes beyond elections. It first has to do with the fact that elections should be done on a regular basis. That should be a sustainable process of democratic choice of leaders. But more than that, we need solid, diversified political parties. We need strong non-governmental organizations, free press, the protection of human rights and individual freedoms. All this is part of deep democracy. And this is what we would like to see in these countries, because I think we believe this is the best way to ensure that democracy stays there for long, that it's well rooted in these countries, and that it creates the conditions for well-being of populations of the Arab world, Northern Africa. And the European Union will be always there to support it.
Okay, thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you very much.